How's it going? It's Yoko. Before you know it, it's already June. The flurry of daily life seems to pass by at the speed of light. I recently learned how to use past participles, but I still struggle with them, especially when combined with auxiliary verbs. In Japanese, expressing the present, past, and future is simple. Just change the endings of words. In English, however, you must clearly state the sequence of actions, which requires using the correct tense and verb forms. This often confuses me, and I end up defaulting to past tense words like did, made, or took. While these might convey my intentions, they can sometimes come across as overly simple or even impolite. Lately, I've been reflecting on my language skills and my unfamiliarity with current events. I believe that if I could master the perfect tense and auxiliary verbs, my communication would become much clearer. In class, we recently discussed occupations and were tasked with finding job titles starting with each letter of the alphabet, from A to Z. It was fascinating to see how many different jobs exist in the world. Letters like Q and X were challenging, but we managed to find occupations for all 26 letters. We also talked about work-life balance. The idea that Japanese people work too much seems to be a common perception worldwide. People I have met have asked me about it, and it even came up in our class discussion. In Japan, work reforms are underway, leading to less overtime and more flexible working conditions than before. However, compared to many other countries, working hours in Japan are still relatively long. Personally, I've always tried to say no to tasks I truly can't manage, as I'm easily influenced by others' opinions. However, I've realized that it's equally important to focus on improving the situation rather than just refusing outright. For example, in a recent class text, we read about a character who faced communication issues with a colleague. To address the problem, the character identified the issues, clarified areas for improvement, and created a checklist to complete the task. This approach seems especially valuable when working in a second language, where miscommunication is more likely. Summarizing tasks in a table or graph can make a big difference. We also discussed what qualities to prioritize when hiring. Employment history, resumes, and criminal records were considered key factors, while characteristics like weight, hair color, or religion were deemed less important. Of course, this can vary depending on the profession. For instance, becoming the Pope requires being Catholic, which makes perfect sense. Overall, it was fascinating to explore the topic of work. I moved to New York because of my husband's job. While I'm not currently working, I feel that having a job here could help me better connect with and understand this vibrant city. Thank you for watching. Have a great day.